440s. What do you think of 440s? You may think of the American type 440s, which I will make a video about soon. But I'm talking about a more modern one made in 1993. This is the whole history of No. 999 by the New York Central. No.999 is an American 440 made by the New York Central in 1993, and, well, it's pretty famous for a couple reasons. Well, this, once again, was an 1800s design. Keep that in mind. And, well, the locomotive was made to pull the New York Central's famous, I bet you can't guess what it is, Empire State Express. Yeah, the Empire State Express. It was a line that I don't really know what it was really from, but I think that it went from New York to Chicago, but I could be wrong. Pretty much this was the locomotive's main purpose, to be an express locomotive for this service. And, well, it was, test ran. For the first time it pulled the Empire State Express. It was a test to see if it was capable of going up to speed, which 440s can go pretty fast. So it managed to go really, really, really fast. Like, insanely quickly. It was insane. And, yeah, but on a straight section of track, at the last, little section of the route, there's a straight piece of track which the engine went on, and it ended up going, according to the people measuring it, 112.5 miles an hour. In comparison to how fast this was faster than the daylight, which was, keep in mind, a 1941 design, which was made for the same purpose, and it was a bigger, stronger steam engine with more modern stuff. Keep that in mind. So, an engine made faster than a daylight back in the 1800s might as well been the speed of light. It may have been the fastest thing on the planet at that time. So, of course, headlines were made about it. Like, oh my gosh, it's the fastest thing on the planet or whatever. But then one day something happened. AKA immediately. 999 was about to hook up to its next train when suddenly New York Central retired it. It went so fast that New York Central was like, wow, you made my railway great! Now I'm gonna kill you! That's what the New York Central is like to No. 999 daylight. I mean, yeah. Anyway, it managed to go really fast, which of course was going insane, and people were going insane about it until suddenly, just as it became famous, it went gone. It went bye-bye into obscurity. But this locomotive is not obscure enough for me to really make it in my obscure engines series, since tons of people know about it and it has tons of videos about it. So it's too well known for it to be in that series. That's for a series where I actually have to do digging to find out what it is. But for No. 119, nope. Not at all. Just need to go on Wikipedia and that's it. But after that, it was kind of in storage for a long time. And and it became rusted and old due to it not being in a shed out in the elements. Until about the 1980s, when, I'm sorry if I say this wrong, but that's when the science of industry was making a little section devoted to steam engines, and they saw that they had the rights to No.999. So they put it on display, they restored it, and then boom. And that's where it is today, so it's preserved. It doesn't run, but it certainly is on display. And you can even go in the cab where it tell you about the history of the locomotive, which was insane. Actually, I live kind of close to it, if you don't count a day drive long. Yeah. I actually seen the locomotive in person. So yeah. Actually, I believe that could go so fast because 440s, even back in the 1840s, had a top speed of 60 miles an hour, which was pretty insane. And, well, I believe that I also went so fast, and I believe it because, well, this was an engine made for express runs and made to be fast, so it certainly, gave you that one, but it also was so good because I believe that the gigantic driver wheels and the coupling rods closer to the middle of the wheels helped it go a bit faster. So I do believe it could go that fast, but it's a bit questionable if you add in how it was also coupled up to a few coaches. But the people that was measuring it were using an old-fashioned technique where you'll have two poles. One pole will be on one side of the track and the other on the other end. So pretty much, once the engine goes past the first pole, then you'll get out your stopwatch. And then once it goes past the second one, then you'll stop your stopwatch. And then you'll have to do the math manually. You don't have calculators or computers. No, you don't have that back then. So you had to come up with that in your brain. And humans aren't perfect. Don't know if you know this, but yeah, they're not really the most perfect things on the planet. And so, yeah, it ended up becoming one of the best things on the planet. But, once again, this was calculated by humans, and the speed dynamometer, I mean, it was meant to go fast, but it wasn't supposed to go over 100. Like, that was unheard of back then. Because, once again, that was the speed of sound back then. So, it ended up going so fast. It's a bit questionable, because the people could have made a mistake. So, that's why some people just don't believe it. Which, honestly, I can kind of get it. I mean, it's an 1800s design that's faster than the daylight. That's kind of insane if you think about it. Like, if you look at the size in comparison and the times, it is literally kind of hard to believe. Yeah, 999 is still around, so if you want to see it in person, you can. You can even go inside the cab. And, yeah, that's pretty much the history. Please like and subscribe to support me. This took a long time to make. And I want to upload some more. So, yeah. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye.